Slipknot, baby, or something similar. What's up, everyone, and welcome to Sunday with SWOLA119. Good morning! Holy shit, 8 o'clock in the morning CET. I know a lot of American boys and girls are watching this late in the middle of the night. You know, I've always wondered this. Why did I start doing this at 8 o'clock on Sundays? I did it with the FAQs when I had weekly FAQs. And then it just continued. And is it a good time? I don't know. I think the problem is that people are now used to it, and that is a problem. So I have to keep on doing this at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. So a little bit of news regarding my channel, this old Englund channel, is that I started live streaming again. Now, I haven't decided which day to do it on, but I did it this past Wednesday. I think I will go for Thursdays probably. But I made my first live stream from this room. That's why you see cameras here and cameras there. You also have this microphone, which makes me sound very, very sexy. I also have a stream deck that I can like push things and be like, can you even hear that? That's an applause. Thank you. That's very loud. But yeah, I want to do a proper live stream setup in this room so I can show you guys, you know, my computer and when I'm mixing and doing the songs, and I can also perform and talk to people. Just setting up a good live stream solution here. Maybe one day I can do a live stream Swola, for instance. So just open up the possibilities a little bit. The live stream I had this past Wednesday was sick. I wrote a Swola song on the live stream, basically, and people were looking at it and I think they enjoyed it. That's at least what I hope. All right, thank you so much for being here. Let's head into the news. One of rock's and blues most famous guitar player, Jeff Beck, has sadly passed away after contracting bacterial meningitis. On behalf of his family, it is with deep and profound sadness that we share the news of Jeff Beck's passing, read a statement from his representatives, which was also posted to guitar's social media pages. After suddenly contracting bacterial meningitis, he peacefully passed away yesterday. His family asked for privacy while they processed this tremendous loss. An absolute huge blow to the guitar community overall. I mean, Jeff Beck has made a great impact on rock and blues. You know, even though I'm not a rock or blues guy, there's absolutely no denying that Jeff Beck was just a guitar hero for a lot of people. So it's absolutely super sad to hear about this. Periphery announced 5th album, Gent is Not a Genre, and as Guitar World are saying, in ultimate trolling of rock press. Title Periphery V, Gent is Not a Genre, in brackets, yes, really. They're like, what? Can you name an album this? I mean, it kind of goes in line with Misha and the guys, and they're, you know, that's not really a surprise, is it? The band also revealed that the fans will be able to hear the first 2 singles, Wildfire and Zagreus, this Thursday. Lucky for me, that is today. So let's
It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the f*** are your parents?
You know, Zagreus, I would imagine that's probably inspired by the game Hades, which is a great game, by the way. The main character name is Zagreus. And I think I know Misha was a big fan of Hades and played it a lot. Obviously, with the name of the album, Gent is not a genre. Is it not a genre, or is it a subgenre? Maybe the album name should have been Gent is not a genre, it's a subgenre. No, but I mean, I think that it just shows that, you know, they don't take themselves too seriously, and that's completely up my alley. I'm absolutely looking forward to this album. When is it coming? March 10 this year, so not that far off, actually. Devin Twonsend says that brilliant Chad Kroeger is much more of a metalhead than he is. Chad is phenomenally intelligent human being, but he's a rock star too, on levels that you and I will never participate in. And so there's gonna be a disconnect just based on that. You only have a few minutes of things in common, and then after a while you run out of things to talk about. I think it was flattering for me at first too, but again, guy's got a very complex life and I can't understand a lot of it. How could I? It's not within the realm of my world. But I think he's exceptionally talented. So basically he's saying that Chad Kroeger is up here among the rock stars, you know, in a really big rock star band, and Devin Twonsend is somewhere here at the middle, and they can't really relate that much. Okay, he's referring to Chad. You play a concert in an arena, then you go to a club, and then you go parish sailing, and then you drink all night. And I'm like, I can't do it. I hate it. Even if I respect and care for people, after a certain amount of time, again, I have to tap out. I'm like, dude, I can't hang with this. I'm in bed by 9 usually. I don't want to listen to Pantera at 4 in the morning, you know? And that's not a character flaw at all. It's just a different frequency that folks like that exist on. I'm not like that, but sometimes it takes experience with folks like that to know that. Maybe you think you can hang and then you get there. Okay, so basically what Devin is saying is Devin is more like me. He's more like the regular guy that goes to bed at like 9, 10. I do the same, you know, I have kids and shit, and you know, I don't drink a lot, you know, I don't hang out too much after shows and stuff, but Chad is a rock star. That's what he knows, that's the life he lives, and you know, that's what you know, he goes to clubs and shit, and you know, he's a rock star, and sometimes you can't really connect with someone like that because, you know, your hangs are just way too different. I just want to hang at home or at the office, and Chad wants to hang with the cool people and play Pantera in the middle of the night, which is cool too, but you know, I'm asleep at that time. So I definitely relate to Devin in this case. I actually saw Chad during the Dime Bash when I played that back at... I always want to refer back to Dime Bash. I don't remember which year it was, but it was 2019, right? And I saw him there, and I'm like, yeah, cool, man. He's there looking cool. That's what I thought. Foo Fighters announced first 2023 shows after vowing to continue as a band. So obviously Taylor Hawkins passed last year. People were unsure what was going to happen with Foo Fighters. And but they're obviously, I don't think they would quit. It would just be weird if they, you know, hang in the towel or like, do you call it that? Put in the towel, hang in the towel and just quit the band. I mean, Dave Grohl is the mastermind of Foo Fighters, and you know, he started the band, and you know, it's his band, so it would be weird if they just stopped. But their statement really made an impression on me, so I'm gonna read it. Without Taylor, we never would have become the band that we were, and without Taylor, we know that we're gonna be a different band going forward. We also know that you, the fans, meant as much to Taylor as he meant to you, and we know that when we see you again, and we will soon, he'll be there in spirit with all of us every night. So an awesome quote for this and for announcing the tour. 2 thumbs up from Ola the Swede. Okay, this monster, what is this? This monster, St. This monster, St. Vincent riff was inspired by Pantera's Cowboys from Hell, so much that Annie Clark worried she was going to be sued. Oh shit. Dimebag Darrell is one of St. Vincent's all-time favorite guitarists, and you can certainly hear the influence there. Okay, that's a St. Vincent right there. Or Annie Clark, is that Annie Clark? There's a riff of my song, Bring Me Your Loves, that's so Cowboys from Hell that I feel like I'm going to be sued. Just my mind, she joked back in there. Okay, I'm gonna try and play this as long as I can without getting demonetized, okay? YouTube has been really horrible with the demonetization of videos nowadays. I can't even say the F word anymore, it's terrible. I couldn't say before either, but you know, I can't even say the S word now, I guess. All right, let's listen. What? A few years later, Clark named Cows from Hell as the riff she wished she had written in 2018 in an interview with BBC. After performing the Pantera track on acoustic guitar, she even demonstrated how she... Okay. That's not how Dimebag played it. I'm just being anal. All right, Kerry King angry at Slamer. Slamer? Who the fuck is Slamer? It's like Kramer, you know, the guy from Seinfeld, but it's Slamer. Kerry King angry at Slayer's premature retirement. That livelihood got taken away from me. My heroes from my childhood are still playing. He doubled down on his previous comment that Slayer quit way too early. I think Kerry had plans that after the last Slayer tour to announce his new band with new members and all of that, but then the pandemic hit. All of that got postponed, so he has, you know, we haven't heard anything about his new band, more than rumors, basically. But I bet the pandemic definitely delayed that whole process right there. So he hasn't been playing a show since the Slayer, farewell show. I can understand this because if you've been playing live your whole life and then suddenly you're not, obviously you're gonna miss it. We were on the top of the world and there's nothing wrong with going out on the top of the world. It's a good way to go out, so bravo for that. But do I miss playing? Yeah, absolutely. Later this year, King is set to unveil his long-anticipated new band, which is confirmed to feature ex-Slayer drummer Paul Bostap. You know me, you know what it's gonna sound like, King revealed last summer. So it's probably gonna sound like Slayer with a different vocalist. And that might actually not be a bad thing. I'm a big fan of Slayer and Tom Araya, but you know, the music with a different vocalist, that could put a completely different spin on it. That could be cool, huh? All right, last but not least, going in the route of Slayer, Las Vegas Raiders House Band plays Orchestral Slayer cover at NFL game. Oh shit. What? South of Heaven? Dude, what a tribute. Are you kidding me? How cool is that? Anyways, guys, that was the news. Thank you. All right, Adventures with Ola, or rather, Mysteries with the Englunds. So I noticed something when I was outside a couple of days ago. There were small footprints in the snow. That wasn't Pix. You know, Pix has big paws, but this was smaller footsteps. And then when Louise was about to do the daily yoga thing that she does, she noticed that her shoes didn't have any shoelaces on it. And there were a bunch of crumbs surrounding the shoes. So apparently something is up. There's an imposter among us. So I put up a camera, and lo and behold, we have a visitor in our cellar. I mean, it's completely understandable. It's cold in Sweden right now, and you know, these little rascals, they also want to share some of that heat that we have. So today, me and the family went and got this. This is a capturing thing for rats. And in the store, mainly all like the rat traps were traps where you kill the rat. And neither me and Louise have the heart to do so. And also because we're doing this with our kids, that, you know, maybe we can just capture it and then let it out in the woods or something. I don't know. We have no idea how this is gonna go. We're not even sure we're gonna catch this thing. So I'm gonna make a small little sandwich and put it in here, and I'll put up the camera, and we'll just see if we're gonna catch a little rat. The idea is that the chug goes in here, and he takes a small little bite of whatever's on here. Like, oh, and he pushes it, and then the door closes, and he will be, oh shit, I'm actually trapped. No, he'll be trapped in there, so we can bring him out to the woods. Huh. I have no idea if this is gonna work or not. We'll see. I'm making the smallest sandwich for Chug. Put butter on there. If my memory serves me right, after watching, you know, so many Tom and Jerry movies and cartoons, they like cheese. So it's gonna be a cheese sandwich, obviously. Look at that. A little sandwich for Chug. I actually have no idea if this is more humane than actually killing the rat. Okay. Hey! It works very well. I trapped myself again. Okay. Let's hope that works. All right. I'm putting it here. Then I put my Arlo camera here. So hopefully, hopefully we'll see something. He's in here somewhere. All right, so it's been a couple of days and nothing, man. Nothing on the camera, nothing on the trap. Well, Pix found the cheese in my sandwich immediately. Pixie, all right, can't you just find the rat instead? Okay, she's onto something. No, that's the sandwich. Find the rat. I think it's here somewhere. Pixie, hello? Little ratski? Come on. Hit that rota. Find your rat. Back here. I mean, for having the biggest nose, you're not really that good at finding rats. Maybe she's onto something now. Maybe not. Just a happy dog. Look at that happy dog. You didn't find anything. You found my little cheese sandwich. All right, Adventures with Ola. What a mystery, man. Holy shit. What happened? Is there a rat? There is obviously a rat. I showed you the rat, but I haven't caught it yet. So where did it go? I haven't seen it in a couple days. The plot thickens. I think this has to be continued, man, in another Adventures with Ola. So there you go. I'm sorry. There's not really much happening now after the holidays. I'm sorry that you have to watch me hunt the rat. That's, oh my God. This is really going downhill, isn't it? Well, shit. Okay, question of the day is today. It's today, and there's a question, and let's watch it. It's from a member.
Hey, what's up, Swola fans? Hey, Ola, did you know that Chewy now works at Schecter Guitars? So he's over there painting guitars for them now. Anyway, I thought it was cool. Didn't know if you knew it or not. That was my question. Have a great Sunday, everybody.
Thank you so much for that question. He's referring to Chewy, who worked for the Washburn custom shop back in the day. He did a lot of the different finishes on the dime bag guitars and all of that. So, for instance, he's probably done. Okay, I'll bring it out. You know what? I'm gonna get him here. So Chewy was one of the guys working for the Washburn custom shop back in the day when Dimebag was a part of their team, and he did a lot of Dimebag guitars. He initially did the Stealths, for instance, this black Stealth. This one got refinished though later on. I bought a beat up 3ST USA Stealth that when I was with Washburn or had an endorsement with Washburn, Chewy was still working there. So I sent this guitar to him to get refinished. He refinished it. He put the Domination there at the back. Look at that right there. That graphic on there and basically made it looking brand spanking new. I asked if he could do one of my V's as well when I was with Washburn. So that's a little, dime bolt tribute on this Solar V right there. So yes, I do know that he left for Schecter. It was actually back when the Washburn USA custom shop was dismantled. And that was just as I left Washburn, because there was a lot of things happening with Washburn when I was there that it just didn't go in the right direction that I wanted. And also the reason why I started Swola Guitars is that if you're just an artist, there's just a lot of bureaucracy and things takes time. And I don't like when things take time. So I just made a brand myself. It's just easier. A lot of these guitar companies, they can't keep up because social media is way too quick. So Chewy left for Schecter, and they're taking good care of him there. I think he moved towns as well. So they've been taking really good care of him, and from what I know, he feels really happy being there. So Chewy, he's awesome. That makes me. I want to plug this in, baby. Back in the day, this Stealth was my white whale, or black whale, or whatever you call it, green whale. So I got this one used, I think it was around 2011, 2012. I had it shipped to the USA Washburn Custom Shop, and Chewy refinished it, and now it's like brand spanking new. The guitar originally was finished by Chewy and his guys, and then it got refinished by Chewy and his guys. So, pretty cool actually. All right, that has to be it for Sunday with Ola for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to watch the Sunday with Ola live stream tomorrow on my second channel. Also, don't miss out on the live stream on my main channel that will happen later this week, probably Thursday. So, it was a lot of fun this past week, so I'm really looking forward to trying to make this weekly again. And, you know, at least get one live stream a week in for me, because, you know, it's a lot of fun. And I gotta write the Swola songs anyway. I might as well do it on a live stream, no? So thank you so much for watching. If you like what I do, you can put a thumbs up on the video, you can subscribe to my channel, or you can buy a t-shirt from olaenglundshop.com to support us directly. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a nice Sunday. Goodbye.